blew it non-stop, but I talk a lot. Yeah, the first blue check that I got, yeah, I blew it non-stop, but I talk a lot. Yeah, the first blue check that I got, yeah, I blew it non-stop, but I talk a lot. Yeah, the first blue check that I got, yeah, I blew it non-stop, but I talk a lot.
What's happening? This is Big Bet with Barrz
and Banco producer.
Let's get it. How y'all doing? Stay blessed. We got a special guest with us today.
Man.
Dilly. I am a videographer. I make music and I do photography as well.
Man, he's one of the coldest out here and he's so humble.
Dude's mad creative.
It's my guy. He just shot our last video.
Yeah, I appreciate
our first one that we're coming out with, together.
The first Big Bet Creative House video, first video of a single of Banco Nice project that's coming out here soon. So tell us about yourself a little bit, man.
Honestly, bro, I don't even know where to start. Like,
you from out here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Vancouver, Hazeldale, same area.
Yeah.
But how I got into film and photography, like I've been making YouTube videos since like 7th, 6th grade, and I got inspired by Fazeclan. I'm wearing the shirt right now.
Okay.
That's what really inspired me.
They're the ones that do the quick scope and stuff
yeah,
like that.
And so that's how I got into editing. Was I used to edit Call of Duty montages for a long time, and then my sophomore year, I got my first paycheck from YouTube, which was like $300-400.
Damn.
And for the next 3 months, I was getting that consistently. And then
just from the edits.
Yeah, and then what had happened is, big moment in my life. My mom passed away, and I lived with my mom my entire life. And it sucks, bro. It's super tragic in my life. And so after that moment, I moved in with my sister, and I was 16 at the time. I had to start paying rent. Like, I had to start being an adult right after that,
Yeah.
And then I graduated high school, and now I'm living in my own apartment. I had to do all that myself.
Honestly, and I've known you for a few years now. You've actually shot one of my first videos, and
yeah, that's how I got into film though, cause I met Micah.
That's dope.
I met Micah at Jimmy John's. That was my first job too. And I met him, and we were talking, and he was like, yeah, I make music, and I was telling him about my Call of Duty editing stuff. He's like, well, you ever try making music videos? And so that's how I got into it. I was like, sure, I'll try. And then from then on, I met more people, and, like I met you, and then there's a lot of other people in this area that I met.
And you were cold when you first got, it's probably the all the editing you did when it came to the Call of Duty, because that was your own gameplay. You edit your own gameplay, and it translated well. Like the first video edits I've seen from you, I was like, dude, he's cold. Like,
it was you playing?
No, I did the editing. I did play too, though.
Yeah.
I
you was editing other people's stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's how he pretty much just like it kind of.
When I did that too, it's like I had a decent sized fan base. Like every edit I'd make get like 40 or 50K views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I make tutorials.
Still tap into that?
Huh?
You don't still tap into that?
I still edit gaming and stuff, but I'm trying to do more so film and all that, because Call of Duty and the editing and stuff like that kind of just fell off.
You host music videos on your page too, don't you?
What do you mean?
Other people's music videos.
Yeah, I post
You drop them on your page because you had good views and stuff on it. It's so. Back to what you were saying before, though, losing someone so important to you. Yeah. It's, to me, like, when I think about that, I think about, God, like, it's crazy how you've been able to continue to progress the way you have. I'm sure behind the scenes, there's a lot that you've...
It is, bro. If I'm being honest, there's days where I cry a lot, and I regret my decision of not spending enough time with the people I loved. Yeah. Because it was my first time experiencing like a tragic death. So when you lose someone, you think about that shit, and you start thinking about death too. You think about like, oh, I'm gonna die one day. And I'm an overthinker. I have anxiety already, so I think way too deep. And sometimes when I think too deep, I get in this state of mind where I don't want to talk to anyone or anything because I'm just so.
Just want to be alone. I've been in similar situations, and It's tough, dude. So like it's amazing just looking at you and just seeing the stuff that you're still putting out and the work that you're putting in. It's pretty much what we try to do around here. I mean, I have a lot of people that come to the studio and they just, it's like an escape sometimes from what they're dealing with. You know, whether that's relationship things they're dealing with or their jobs that they hate. They come here and it's like it's fun for them. You know, it might be work for me, but I gotta remember sometimes some people are leaving things and coming here to express themselves. Yeah.
About that, do you have any stories about someone who vented to you?
Yeah,
like,
I've had it.
Because what you were saying.
Just last night, something happened. They just got, you know, it's a relationship ended. You know, I have people all the time, baby mom problems. They come here and they make the songs and they air out their dirty laundry sometimes. It's crazy, but.
Bro, some people try to pay you just to come kick it.
Yeah, just to hang out, you know.
Bro.
I think I like what our line of work is because we're able to get people's emotions and feelings out, and
that's what this kind of feels like for me, almost like a therapy session, bro. Like,
I
tried therapy. It kind of worked. I tried to just stand more on the positive side and not talk about all the negative, because when you think about it, like if you have a bad negative thought or you're starting to have anxiety, you need to realize that it's just a thought, and we have a bunch of thoughts all day. So like, are you gonna let this past situation ruin your entire day and you're gonna keep thinking about it, or are you gonna move on and do something else? Because what you're doing is you're wasting your time thinking about the past or the future.
Yeah.
You're not in the present moment. You're not working and
we see you crawling out of that low spot, man. We see that, and I know, like you said, you still getting out of that and you still dealing with some things, but like, bro, you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So salute to you for that, bro, because with the video game, like, they may not know you just went full time now. Like, you're doing this as an occupation.
That's how I met you, was at my last job too.
Yeah.
So I was working at the bowling alley, and he'd go bowling like every Friday, and he ran into me, and we chopped it up, and I told him I'd do videos, and he was saying we gotta work sometime soon, so we ended up working.
I love it.
And I just quit that job too to just do film full time.
Isn't it so crazy how full circle it is?
Mm-hmm.
Like Reno had talked to me about him and talked to me about you, but it's like we ended up linking up on all different circumstances, and it's like he knows the people that I met different times, different networks, and we end up all having kind of somewhat of the same ties, and it's just like, yo, we're all creative, and it just is kind of like some type of network.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I love making art, being a part of this stuff, the networking. When it comes to it, you have people from all different types of walks of life. Like I have just so many different people. Like, I just got a phone with one of my country guitarists. I have people like that. I've been in the studio with people that were on the way to becoming politicians. I just was talking to some dude the other day, and he's like more of a spiritual yoga guy, this and that, but he also makes music on the side. So now, like, that's another. It's the networking that comes with it. There's just so many different types of people.
When it comes to that, there is no genre. When it comes to like real creativity, there is no genre.
You can make anything.
And it's not like, oh shit, you're country rock or this or that, so like no one can rap on it,
mm-hmm.
or vice versa in the other. It's like you can do. There's no rules.
Whatever you can put your mind to, you can do. But it's
absolutely
just, like, literally all it is putting your mind into it. But also too, like, I feel like a lot of us are self-conscious about what we're saying or doing. So like, you care about what other people think or what they're gonna say. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're like, for instance, if I were to worry about what you're thinking when I'm in there trying to record, I'm gonna look back at that moment and regret not giving it my all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And most of the time, it sounds way better when you just give it. When you love it, when you put out how you want it to be, instead of like worrying about, what it sounds like. It always comes. Don't matter what you say or something. If you saying it with how, if it's coming from there, then it usually sounds good. Like, even if it's something that I can't necessarily relate to, if it's coming raw and real like that, then it's a slap. Honestly,
for real.
There's some songs that I slap from other people that it's like I don't relate to at all, but I feel what he's saying. I can feel him. So I wanted to say too, like the style that you used to do videos, it was really like grimy, like the cuts that the effects and stuff you used to do. From my perspective, it was like really like hard, just crazy. But like you've been kind of going to like a more like cinematic type of some of the stuff you've been doing lately. They tell like a story.
Yeah,
it's super dope.
So Zay was the one who kind of got me to do the more cinematic stuff, and I did a video with Zay recently, and I put a lot of time into it with the effects and stuff, and then I sent it to him, and he called me, and he was like, "Hey, yo, don't be mad." And I was like, "Bro, you kidding me? I already know what he's gonna say. I put a lot of time into it. I put a lot of effects on it, but he wants it to be more cinematic. But at the end of the day, if I'm working for someone, yeah, like I like to have my own vision, but it's their video at the end of the day. Like, if you're paying me for a video, you're paying for what you want to get. You know what
That's
I mean?
the same with the mix and master.
So it's not about.
Sometimes people say, I accepted those. There was a time where like someone would say something and I'd be like, all right, like, dude, I don't know. I people make art and stuff. It's we try to give it how they. There's edits that you probably think were like super dope right here or there, but they want you to change, and it's like, dude, are you sure? Because that was cold.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just disappointing because I stayed up all night that night for like 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Editing, and it was only like 50 seconds of the video, but I put so much time into it, and then for someone to tell you like, nah, I don't want it to look like that. It's just like, come on, man.
I've learned over time too. Like now, I used to put like I used to record someone, put like a lot of mixing and stuff into it, and then finally get the song to them, and then it's like they want to re-record it, and it's like, so now I wait till the end. I'm like, is this track done now? Are you sure that this is done? Okay, now I'll go and try to work on it now, cause I save myself a lot of time now these days doing that.
Dude, so do you guys want to hear about the story, like what really inspired me to do film though?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, so in the time when I was working at Jimmy John's, so back to it. So my mom passed away. I just met Micah. I was getting into music videos. My other friend Ben, he would pray for me a lot, and I was going through a lot of stuff and talk about God. And that's why I started getting into music and like rapping and all that too, is because of my friend. And anyways, like a couple weeks after him praying for me and I was going through all this shit, I was trying to figure out what to do with my life because I'm at that point when I'm about to graduate, and I'm like, bro, I gotta find something to do. Like I don't want to go to college. My grades aren't really good enough to like go anywhere. I was about to join the Marines too. I almost did that.
I've been there.
I went through the not the training stuff, but where you take the test, the ASVAB. I did all that. But anyways, one day when I was working at Jimmy John's, this one kid came in with I think it was like his dad or something, I'm not too sure, but he asked me, my friend Ben, and my friend Colby, we're all friends and we're all working at Jimmy John's. He asked us if we wanted to be blessed. And so with my friend Ben and Colby, he did a prayer with them. And then I was the last person he talked to, and he asked me if I wanted to be blessed. And who doesn't want to be blessed?
Man.
And I'm going through all this stuff, and so it was like, it's like a weird moment, but the feeling I had afterwards is like, that's what I got to do. So he was like, all right, put your hand on the register or whatever. And then he put his hand on mine, and then he didn't say anything for 10 seconds. He's like, why is he not praying? I was thinking, I was like, why is he not praying? What is he about to say? What? And then he's like, all right. And he said, a career with film. And then he's like, tell me about that. And I took a step back, because I was like, what do you mean a career with film? Like, I was in shock because it was kind of like when I was first getting into it. Yeah. And this kid doesn't know me at all.
Didn't know you at all?
Doesn't know me at all.
Dang.
And he just said I was going to have a career with film. And so then, since then, I've been super inspired.
And that's literally how it happens. I've had those moments too that I wasn't always, me and God had a weird relationship, being around the church, raised around the church, my family has a church. But it's some moments like that have happened where it's like, it's confirmation. That's what it's called, confirmation. Yeah. So, and to see where you are now, and where I just see you going in the future.
Dude, yeah, from
it was supposed to happen.
That was like 2.5 years ago now, and at the point where I was now, I wasn't making money for the videos. I wasn't even really trying to get money. I was just doing it because I liked doing it. And then I had friends, people tell me, like, dude, you can start making money doing this. Why don't you start charging people? And then at first I was like charging like $150 or $100, and still doing free videos here and there. And then they were like, nah, you gotta start charging more. So there's more to this story too. So when I had met Zay, he was looking for a video, and at the time he was looking for a video for like $100, and at that time I was like, 100's not enough.
Yeah.
But I heard his music, and his music was really good, and so I saw the potential in him, so I took the opportunity. And then I worked with him for like 2 weeks, shooting 2 videos, and then during that time, I was telling him about this camera that I'm trying to save up for and get, and it's like a $2,000 camera or whatever. And anyways, he calls me up and he's like, hey Dilly, I got something for you. And then so he pulls up, and then he's got this camera for me, and I didn't know this at the time. And he's like, hey, you believe in God, right? That's one of the first things he asked me too. So I was like, and then this camera is the upgrade to my career. And so at that time too, I was like, it's another sign, you know? And then I just thought that was crazy, because that camera is literally what I was wanting, like what I was praying for. Even having my own apartment, because bro, when I was living at my sister's, that stuff was so toxic. Like, we just always fought, argued. Like, it was always something going on, and I just wanted to get out of there. And I kept praying and praying. Like, I knew I wanted to get my own place. I was blessed enough to get my own place. I didn't even have to pay like nothing, bro. Like, it was all just like, I don't know how to explain how it happened. It just happened. And
you just counting your blessings, man.
Yeah, dude. And another thing that happened too, so one of my good friends now, Nate, I met him at the gym, and I've seen him on Instagram before because he's a friend of another friend. But one of the first things that he asked me when I met him was, do I believe in God? And then he's someone who's like a mentor in my life. I even went to the gym and worked out with him last night, got a really good workout in. And, you know, he knows I'm kind of in a rut, and he's just trying to help me out, talk about it, and share his perspective with me and all that on life. And, you know, it's just crazy, dude. All the blessings I've gotten.
That's really dope to hear, bro. Really dope. And honestly, we couldn't give you your flowers enough. You're doing a lot of dope shit, man. A lot of good things, a lot of positive things, and man,
I just see you going up from here.
Yeah, I mean, for real. Like, salute. I can't wait till I can hang up the hard hat. I can't wait. And you know what? Man, taking that plunge, it takes a lot of courage.
It does.
It takes, you know, considering you was already, you know, had some things going on, you know, and you still had the courage to just say,
I wish
you know what?
I had your courage.
Cause you was working, and I even told Jacy, I was like, look, we went bowling one night. I was like, watch, we gonna catch Dilly here. We gonna talk to him about the next video. I did.
We were on the prowl.
I filmed the whole. I'll have you look at it too. I filmed the whole like 2 games before my battery died. We thought you was gonna be there too, and that was like probably a week or 2 after you quit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, man, do this full time. And I remember having those talks with you too about, man, yeah, you do need to charge more for your shit, especially when you're putting in that time. And like you said, when somebody like is paying you and they really have a, you know, you got your vision. Certain people you have different relationships with are gonna give you different, you know, leashes as far as how far the creativity is. But like, if you're gonna, you know, do it to their specs, then, you know, you gotta charge more.
And you know, it's really about value. It's not even always about money, but like the
that's
value. That's one of my most favorite things about it. Like I was able to get that computer for free just through this. You know, like when you have something valuable, like those skills that you have, it's like you could trade damn near anything. You know, You can trade anything. Like there's so much different things that if someone doesn't have the money for it.
If I wanted to record a song, let's say I don't have a microphone, but I want to record a song. All right, I shoot a little video for you or something.
Boom. You can literally, you know. So there's sometimes I barter with people like, what can we do?
Too.
I've traded all types. I've traded liquor, traded shoes. I've traded shoes before. I've traded, you know. There's so much different things I've traded. Like, okay, fine. Well, I just traded Zay. I'm mixing his song right now, and he's trading me some verses for some of my songs. You know, we trade like that when it comes to certain things. So it's really dope being able
verse,
to,
bro. It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Zay
his verse
really
is valuable. Good. His verse and his singing, you know,
definitely
is valuable. So, you know, and you have just crazy amount of value, and it's like not even, you know, it's not capped or whatever. You know, it's still.
I'm still growing, getting better every day, and the thing I realized too, and I was telling a couple other friends of this, is like, if you're passionate about something and it's something you really want to do, like for instance, like with you it's making music or producing, you got to do that shit every single day, and that's how you get better. That's what I do with filming and editing. If I don't do it every day, I'm gonna lose sight and get off track. You start to focus on this. Exactly. The consistency, staying consistent with it.
Same with the gym, same with the diet, same with anything you're trying to achieve and get good at. It's all about consistency.
I think when you stop doing it, whatever you're passionate about, when you stop doing it or you're spending your time doing other things that you don't want to do, it starts to like just eat at you, just who you are.
It does.
Like when I go months without producing, which I have before, like working a job with crazy hours that I just not, and then when I finally have some time off, I just don't really have the time or energy for it. Like over time, you start getting kind of depressed.
It's depressing,
like and you feel like shit.
That's exactly
because it's a passion. And the passion
and you're not doing,
a part of you.
And you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you know, at this point, I've had situations just like how you know, with God and stuff like that, like confirmation moments that gave me like the feel to keep going.
What's one confirmation moment you've had with what you're doing?
I'm
flipping.
Like the lady, one time this lady bought me my monitors, and she was like, she had written a note or something for me, and it said, she bought them, and they're expensive monitors, and she was like, you don't have to pay this money back, just help your brothers with these. And I was just like help my brothers. And it's something that I always think about sometimes, like that's just another moment that's like, it's not even necessarily, I look at it as from God, like to do what I do and to be genuine and real with what I do. And I'm still figuring out to help my brothers things, you know, like I have to do certain things, you know, to continue to sustain, you know, to continue what I do. But like when I get in a position to where I can like really shine a light on somebody and like do it out of love, like give that back to someone, that's how I look at it, as far as like, you know, do this for your brothers, help your brothers with these, you know. So I was saying that when you get those moments, it's like such a great feeling, and you know, you remember why, because I feel like you're supposed to do videos. If you stop doing videos, that's not like, it's God's.
I don't know what
it's God's kind of. It's part of the plan is for you to do these videos.
If I wasn't editing, filming, I don't know what I'd be doing.
You just did our song "God Got Me," like, you know, that's one of the first ones, and we just felt that.
That's crazy when you think about it too. That's the first song that I did for you guys.
Yeah, it's part of the plan.
Yeah, I mean, first of many, hopefully, cause that shit dope. Bro, that video is like a movie, and to be honest, only my second music video ever. So I would say, man, the other one wasn't the best, and also, you know, it was a little bit lower budget, but like, bro, we was out there shooting all day long. Yeah.
I have a couple of low, like, stupid videos I've made. You know? Like I just call them stupid because they were damn near free, or you know, something like that. But this video right here is like, it's like a movie.
Yeah, and that's where we want to be. I want, especially myself too, I want to be at the point where like it's high production, high quality, and like I just wanted to be super creative.
Bro, next time we gotta walk that far, you need to keep it real. You need to keep it real.
We had to walk like a mile
honestly,
into the woods.
Honestly, I go on to that spot a lot, and every time I think it's like half a mile or like a quarter of a mile.
Why did you tell us that?
It's longer.
Bruh.
It wasn't even that bad.
It was like
Bobby was just wearing his J's and stuff, you know.
I was wearing my Timbs actually.
We had to walk like 2 miles though, cause there and back.
Yeah, and I mean, and also kind of, I had to take Shorty to the airport afterwards, but like, I would have at least brought like skateboard or something.
Yeah.
You know, like
No, for real.
something like that was a trek. But you know what?
Yeah.
Well worth it. We got some dope drone footage from Sweem, all that cool shit.
You ever thought about anything outside of like music videos, like maybe?
Well, I mean, I've had opportunities.
I know some people out here making like, you know, like I know this dude. He just was over here the other day. He's working on like 4 different scripts. He's like a college student out here. This kid, that's, you know, I'm just saying like there are other things. I'm trying to eventually get into scoring films, like scoring stuff. You know, I watched that Travis Scott movie and I listened to the dude who scored that, and he actually scored it on FL Studio and did all the effects, you know, the audio on FL Studio for the Travis Scott movie. So like film scoring is something that, you know, I want to give some. I could use that to get on a movie set. It's just doing the audio for films. You know how you watch a scary movie, you hear that.
Yeah, dude. No, with film, sound is the most important piece in like creating a film. Yeah. Like you can have, I mean, well, footage is too obviously quality. Yeah. I feel like, but sound also makes the video come to life.
So are you considering ever like, you know, being a part of any type of? There's some pockets of people out here that are doing film.
I mean, if the opportunity comes, yeah.
Just like we were talking about, you have that value, like, you know, you can.
I've had opportunities where I've like a couple months ago I flew out to California to go film a wedding.
Oh, nice!
They flew me out there.
So you write pretty good scripts too, like you kind of did for that music video. Like, what about writing a script yourself, even if it's a short or like
directing?
You know?
Well, yeah. I feel like when it comes to creativity, if you write something down or you plan something out, chances are it's not always going to go exactly how you planned it out.
But you got a foundation.
But yeah, like if you have different, like for instance, the locations were the only thing we had planned. Both those locations, when we get to those locations, then we can start to like, oh, you'll think, at least me, I'll think of this, that, and all these different other ideas.
When you're actually there in the moment.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where you let your creativity be free.
Yeah.
You know, instead of kind of like planning something out.
I think we just had the car scene maybe mapped out only because we had talked about it. But other than that.
Yeah.
You know, and you was out there sweating your ass off too. Like, he was working.
He was getting those shots. He was making sure, he did his thing on that.
We was all working. Sweem was working. We was out there. We rapped that song a million times.
A lot of people been hitting me up excited about that. So.
Yeah, when do you guys plan on dropping that?
Well, at the time of this, we don't know when this episode is coming out, but it'll probably be out by the time this is out.
Yeah, by the time this is out, it should be out. So.
God got me. Bobby Barrz, Jacy Banco. I produced it. He shot it. Absolutely. He rapped on it.
Absolutely. We're gonna get it. Yeah, hey man, it's gonna be part of the first Barrz and Banco and Barrz project. Might even probably be the first big bet project. I don't know who else is putting stuff out there. I know we've been making a lot of music with a lot of other artists. This guy just got on some dope shit too, which I might even jump on stuff. Like the boot camp shit. The boot camp. He said he wanted to be one of the first dudes on it. You know, and the way we barter things, we barter a boot camp for, you know, a video or two, see what's happening. You know, but we're gonna get it in, get some music going. Banco's ridiculous with the beats, so.
Bro, that's crazy. You make your own beats and you can rap on your own beats.
Yeah.
And
you know what I like more than rapping on it is getting people on the beats that have just their own unique talent. Like you doing those. I was looking for, because I just did like a grunge type track had this young kid play the bass guitar on it, and I was just like, man, who can I get some like, you know, some vocals from like that would match this type of vibe, and And then, you know, when you came over, and I was just thinking, oh, you know what? Like, Dilly makes, Dilly makes similar type of music to the vocals I need. Like, you know, and it's really cool just having a network of people that
everything happens for
they
a
all
reason.
have something that, you know,
bro, I'm motivated
valuable.
right now to even like go finish that like after this.
And
we could,
bro. I mean, with that producing shit though, you're just like a hub for talent.
Pure talent.
People come and get
about it.
Like hit you up with different genres, different walks of life, like you said, different stories
to tell. Yeah,
you know, and we try to bring these people on and, you know, let them tell their story too. Yeah. But man,
I'm glad to have you on here. That was a good talk.
Yeah,
bro, it's anticipated, and I hope we can get you on here again. We can talk about the next video. What else you got coming up, real quick, while in closing, and where they can find you.
So right now I have like, I don't know, I'm always working on different projects. I have a video coming up with them that we still might do this weekend. I had some cancellation going with another artist, so I had to push back, and that's what I learned with this too, is there's gonna be downs and ups. It's a roller coaster.
It's hard being your own boss and trying to run your own business.
But that's what I'd rather be my own boss than work for someone else.
Yeah.
And do things the way that I want to. But
it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah. But anyways, for anyone who's interested in finding my socials or anything, my Instagram is @Dilly.VFX photos, or on YouTube just Dilly.VFX, and you can check out my work there.
All right.
Good shit. Appreciate you, G.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I need to take a piss, bro. I was waiting that whole time.
Another episode of Big Bad.
No, it's all right. We can cut it. We can cut it at the count.
Big checks, I'm up next, I don't flex. There's no stress, I cash out, we ball out. For the bitch, then I'm wildin' out. Bitch, I am back now and better. I'm tryna run up this cheddar. Bitch and get a weather, she be like my Cinderella. Fucked her in the road with thought I told her I can't be pulled over. Catch me on the 205, doors of suicide. All this money got me going live. No, I shouldn't drink and drive when I feel alive. Ayy, yeah, the first blue check that I got, yeah, I blew it non-stop. But I talk a lot of lies.